Good morning, guys. So I'm out fishing again on the river, a different river to the river you've seen me normally fish on. Normally I'm fishing on the SWAI River. Today I'm fishing on the Lopburi River. It's a smaller river, it's a tributary to the main SWAI, but once it reaches Ayutthaya, which is just a few miles down the road, it all becomes one, it all becomes the SWAI, and then it exits through Bangkok. I decided to come and try this river and this raft simply because the raft I was fishing at a few weeks ago with John, the conditions were so bad, the water's up so high, the current's coming through so strong. Trying to get a lead weight to hold the bottom was really difficult, so I thought I'd come and give this side river, this tributary, a go, in the hope that the water wouldn't be coming through so fast, and in the hope that the fish may have moved into these side rivers to get out of the main flow. It is coming through fast here, but it's much better than it is on the main river. So I'll put the name, address, links and all that to this raft if you're interested in the video description below. It's 600 baht for a 12-hour session. I'm here on my own. I'm doing 6 AM until I get bored. I've had a couple of fish already, so yeah, let me show you around. So just arrived from Bangkok. I'm going to have to make the mix up and get fishing. I brought some ram with me, the fin frog ram, big bag of that. I'm going to mix into that some of the sticky bread, the donut bread. I've got this coconut that I brought from Bangkok. I also brought this coconut here. This one's got a really good smell to it, 25 baht a bag here. I brought these two breads here. I couldn't find any breads in Bangkok that weren't stale, so I got these two here. They're just 20 baht a bag. A few bits and pieces that have come over with me from Dawad Bet. I might mix in that. This is sort of a fish meal, and that smells like a maquid. I've got some worms. I'm going to try one rod with worms in the hope of getting something a little bit predatory, a little bit interesting, see what happens there. Sweet corn, and on the hook I'm going to be using foam and pork meat. So I've got the pork skin, the pork fat, chopped it up into little chunks, covered in salt to toughen it up a little bit. It's basically like the fin frog stuff, and yeah, I'm going to be using that on the hook. So not wasting any more time, let's get this made up. I'll show you the rigs and the bait eventually, but I need to get fishing. Getting close. So the first fish of the day, Dapian Dang, which is like a red Java barb. That's what he said. Dapian is Java barb. Dapian Dang is red, right? I thought it was Dapian Indo, but I have to check it out when I get home. Nice little fish, very colourful, very golden coloured in its body, with the red fins, a little bit of black in the tail. Yeah, first fish, and they're all going back unless they're special, so you get a reprieve, my friend. There you go. When you're coming off the road, you've got a little car park, and it's not far for you to take your gear down to the raft. This raft is well used in comparison to some of the ones I've been to. I do really want to get back to that raft on the SWAI, but with the conditions the way they are, I thought I'd give this one a go. Little barbecue, gas stove, a few pots and pans, little tent set up, and a place for you to chill out and sit down. There's actually two rafts here. There's one just down there. You can see how flooded this river is. That there is the toilet. Yeah, you're not going to get in there today. It's halfway up the doors. So this river's still massively in flood, but because it's a tributary to the SWAI, it's not as bad as the SWAI. The colour of the water isn't dark chocolate. It's coming through fast out there, but not as fast as it was. I can hold the bottom a decent cast out with a 7-ounce lead, whereas at the SWAI the other week you had to be right under the rod tip, 7-ounce lead, and actually use the drag on the bait runner to hold it a little bit. So I've got 3 rods set up with bread and ram, looking for, I don't know, Soldier River barbs, stuff like that. Hopefully maybe even a black shark minnow, who knows. And then I've got this rod set up with a shrimp just over there, looking for a small scale croaker. I've got another rod I might put worms on and give that a go as well. The raft has got aircon. I'll show you inside. She's probably asleep. I woke her up at 4:30 this morning to get here for 6. Yep, there she is. You got a fan, little place to just chill out. I mean, it's definitely no higher, and most of the rafts I've been to have been set out a little bit nicer than this. But the fact that it's on a different river, in a different place, Yeah, and you can rent it for just 12 hours, which is what I've done. So I'm going 6 a.m. until I get bored. So second species, I'm not gonna hold him up because he'll stab me. One of these little blasangawat. I still haven't been able to find a name for him in English. It's like they don't have a name in English. It has the family name, the same as all the catfish, you know, and the Mekong and the striped catfish. It's got that family name there. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but I can't find a name for it in English. So me and John have started to call them fake SWAI or river SWAI. You get these a lot. I'll return him nicely. There you go, off he goes. So my official cameraman is asleep, so I'm having to do all this on my own. Another one of those red Java blobs. I think it might be the Indonesian one. Got a little bit of black coloration in the tail. Very much like a golden yellow body, silver on the bottom. Yeah, nice looking fish. Get a few more of them. Hopefully maybe a black shark minnow. Who knows? Okay, so just when I changed the hook link to a longer hook link, a Bony lip barb, awesome little fish. I've had a few of these now. Never had one up until last time, and this is my third one now. Love the scales on them. Some of them are shiny, some of them are matte. Cool little fish. Look at the mouth. The inside here, it does have bony lips. It does have like feathers on its lips. It's got a bottom. It looks almost like a. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's almost like a human fingernail. It's kind of like a thumbnail. 4 whiskers, a bit like black shark minnow. 2 little ones on the top, 2 little ones on the bottom. Yeah, happy. I think we've got some friends coming. So they're all going to longer hook links. I changed that to a longer hook link, and I get a fish straight away. So they're all going to longer hook links. See you later, mate. So this is the first batch of bait I've made up. It's got my quid in it, the wood apple, that fruit. It's got some fish meal in it. It's mainly ram with a little bit of bread, all mixed together. So this one's kind of a fish meal maquit based, and then when I run out of this, I'm going to go with the coconut one. Just see which one works better. But this one's doing the job pretty good. So we just ordered some food, 70 baht for 2 dishes. I got a pad see ew, and you got, what's that? Pad kapao Thai. That's alright, 70 baht. Gave her a little tip for bringing it down on the bike. I think I've got a fish. This one keeps bouncing, let's hope. So for that one, maybe another plastic bag. Oh, it's a fish! Come here, you. It is, I think. Oh, I know it's spiky. All of these little catfish, when they're young, are spiky. Okay, calm down. I want to get a good look at his eyes and his head. See how spiky they are. Okay. Put you on the mat. It's not a blasangawat. I think it's one of those snail eaters. Possibly even just a small SWAI. The eyes are too far round, and they're too small for one of those blasangawats. Could be one of those snail eaters catfish that John had. Although they look more red tailish and this doesn't look red tailish. It's got the wrong eyes for the Blasangawat. It might just be a baby SWAI. If it's a baby SWAI, that's 4 species. Bye bye. Okay, so this is the rig. Probably about 7 ounces of lead weight there, and then I've got about 12 inches of line to a small tight wound feeder to try and keep the bait on. I've got 2 hooks, one coming off the top with just a little bit of foam on it, and then one coming off the bottom a little bit longer. Most of them are coming on this one. This one's about 7-8 inches, and I just put a little bit of pork fat on, pack the bait round. I don't know why, maybe you can explain it to me, but I used to put the lead weight right up against the feeder, and I see all the Thais, they do it this way. They have the lead weight and then a little bit of line. Maybe it just lets it float in the current and doesn't hold it down in the dirt as much. Does seem to catch more though, I can tell you that. Come over here. Get it in the sun. No, it's tiny. I know it's tiny. I can see that. A little Smith's Barb. That takes the species count to 5, and the total number of fish up to about 11, which isn't too bad for a river trip. But I must have caught about 30 plastic bags and probably 20 twigs. It's a nightmare. The bites have really quietened up from about 10 until now. I've just got that one. I think that's going to be it for me today. I want to get back into Bangkok before the traffic's too bad, but not bad for a little river trip. And I think it's probably better because the main river is so flooded. A lot of the fish have moved in to this tributary, but the problem is just the amount of plastic. It's a right mess here. Anyway, little Smith Barb to finish the day. Yeah, the mouth is wrong for a Soldier River Barb. It's a Smith Barb. Still want a Soldier River Barb from the river. Off he goes. Okay, see you later. Not a bad trip. I was fishing from about 7 till about 2:30, 3. I saw about 11 fish and 5 species, so not bad for the river. Most of the fish came in the morning. The bites really slowed down around lunchtime. Unfortunately, this area is quite dirty. I hooked into a lot of plastic bags that were full of mud. They must be sitting on the bottom of the river in this area. A link to the raft's Facebook page and Google Maps is in the video description. Thanks for watching. See you soon.